Yo, we're going to a Florida Key today, but I'm not going to tell you which one, and neither is she. You got to stick around, but it's one of them.
He's very secretive, y'all. But before we show y'all what it is, leave us a comment below. What key are we going to see?
You got a lot to choose from. Hope you get it right.
Come on, we're in the Sunshine State. Where's the sun?
It's not out today. Y'all, this is just weird because we used to live in Florida and I had never seen a foggy day, but it's been foggy or overcast every day, which is great because it keeps it cool, but it's weird.
It's weird, and I guess the morning starts off with like 100% humidity because everything is like wet, and it's not from rain. But y'all that have been to Florida or live in Florida know what we're talking about. So.
Yep.
Ready to go?
We are on the Lower Swanee National Wildlife Refuge Nature Drive.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's going to be any gators right now. The sun's not out. Maybe they only come out when the sun's out. But look at the lily pads.
And look how dark this water is.
Yeah, you don't know what's lurking beneath. It's not as clear as the state parks we've been to so far where the water's kind of see-through.
There is a fish in here because I just heard it.
And are y'all wanting to know what the name of this pond is? Just wait for it. It's just something.
Ooh. It's so creative and exclusive.
It's Pond 6. I'm hoping that this loop takes us to the Swanee River. I think there's a famous song called Welcome to the Swanee River, right?
Or something involving the Swanee River,
Down
but this
on
is
the
really
Swanee
pretty.
River. If you know what I'm talking about,
put the actual name to the song down below.
help a girl out. I want to know. It's something with Swanee River, but I would love to go to the Swanee River. I'm not sure if this road's going to take us there today, but...
That's all part of exploring. We don't know where this is going to end up, but we will eventually end up in a key. I don't know how we're going to get there or what turns we'll make, but we'll get there somehow.
I was going to say, Matthew stole my thunder. I was going to say, and I know y'all are like, but wait, aren't y'all going to a key? Yes, we are. And I was going to say, stay tuned. The key is still coming. But, you know, he doesn't like to give away secrets, but yet he likes to jump to the punchline.
Someone's got to do it. Now, y'all, we're still at Pond 6, but this is the road. I mean, anybody can tell this is a road. That is anybody but Google. Google says, take a left. Now, if we were in our boondocking territory, we would take a left and just see what's down there. But they say take a left and go this way and go that way. Yeah, this looks like the kind of road that belongs in an episode of I Survived. I don't know what's down there, and I'd love to find out someday, but that doesn't look like a regular mainstream route. So what do you say we just stick to the dirt road? And I really hope we see some kind of wildlife here. Alligators, big snakes, something. I know we're not in the Everglades, but something interesting. Just show me something.
Alright, y'all, Matthew's trying to get me eaten by an alligator, but look at this. Isn't that neat? Wanted y'all to see. It's pretty cool. Alright, y'all, we found us a little wooden boardwalk here.
Taking a boardwalk through the swamp, what could possibly go wrong?
Nothing. Nothing's gonna go wrong.
Wow, this is not a new structure.
Just waiting for some alligator to be laying on it.
Oh, I would love to see an alligator today.
Yeah, I present to you the back country of Florida.
Now this is swamp territory, my goodness.
Cedar Key, and I don't remember exactly when, but they had a major hurricane come through here a year, maybe 2 years ago, but I think it was between a year and 2 years. And you can see a lot of buildings are getting rebuilt, but we are walking across a bridge that I think goes to the Gulf. And we're parked over there in the parking lot. So we're heading to the Gulf. So all this
To the right is the main part of the Gulf.
Okay. So what's over there? That's the Gulf too. Right?
It is, yes.
Okay. Is this parking here?
I guess.
Yeah, look at this building right in front. I'm not sure if that's from hurricane damage or fire damage. What do you think, Matthew?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go get a picture.
All right, y'all, here's the front of that building that we showed you the side of. I think it was called...
Steamers.
It was Steamers?
Yeah, because you can tell there used to be an old sign
Frog.
behind. No, it was Frog something, but then it was Steamers because now they're located somewhere else.
Look how big it was. It looked like it was at least 2 stories.
That's going to take a lot to rebuild.
Yeah. I don't know if they're rebuilding this, but let me show y'all this right here. You see where apparently you used to could walk. How eerie is that? Like the end of the staircase kind of just ends there.
At least the pylons are still there.
So it was, oh yeah, I see. They had a sign that went over the Frog sign that said Steamers Bar and Grill. Because you can see the MER was still there. And
Boy,
then,
I wonder what it looks like on the water side.
And then it used to be a Frog restaurant. If any of y'all came to Cedar Key back in the day when it used to be the Frog, what was it?
Yeah.
And now I want to kind of go on Google and see if there's pictures of what it looks like.
Yeah, there should even be a street view.
Before the hurricane damaged it, and then look at the water underneath, y'all. But like, what was it back in the day before steamers took it over? But this was like a massive sized building. And then here's the side. It's just so sad, y'all. And it got demolished and destroyed. It might cost too much to rebuild. And they put a chair here. I don't know if that was from the restaurant, but yeah, I don't know when it was originally built, but wow. All right, y'all, we're at Cedar Key again, and I'm gonna pan y'all around. Look how cool this is. I think this is like a restaurant. Let me go this way. Type hotel.
I would definitely want to stay here. This looks neat.
Kind of neat. But then here's the Gulf. Look at that. Sun's finally starting to come out, and then you have all of the birds over here. I'm not sure if we go around the corner if we can get better shots of it. You can see on the left side, I'm getting my left and right correct this time. On the left side are the pelicans.
Yep.
Pretty cool, but look up here. This is just so neat, y'all.
Yeah, this would be a cool place to eat.
All right, y'all, here's more damage from the hurricane. Like I said, this place got decimated almost from this hurricane. So sad to see these buildings like this.
I know it is. This is a cute little town.
Yeah. All right, y'all, we are here still at the Gulf in Cedar Key, and these pelicans keep flying in. And look, there's 2 of them right here. They flew in while we were here.
And now they got to take a bath or something.
They just fly in.
They
really
are big birds.
Yeah, and then they land, and then look at these right here.
That's cute. I like
There's a
that.
whole bunch of them over there. We'll get over there in a second, but look how neat.
Look at that, y'all. Those pelicans know where to get a good meal. That is cool. As soon as they threw something in the water, they all just rushed over. Look at that.
All right, y'all, here's more of the pelicans on this side. Oh, there's a beach you can walk on, Matthew.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder if a business used to be right here because of all these pylons. What do you think, Matthew?
Or it might have been an old dock or something.
Yeah. This is Cedar Cove, right on the Gulf.
Do we know if this was like timeshare or apartments or?
Or,
We don't know what this was.
yeah, but let me paint you around. I'm not sure if this was included in Cedar Cove because the coloring's different, but this right here is the same color. Look at the pool, y'all.
Even with all this destruction, it looks like such great character to this area. I mean, you can just see, even with all the buildings a wreck, how much you want to visit this place. I would, because it just seems really neat. If you can see past the destruction.
Yeah, we're just in the parking lot. We're not going where it says no trespassing, but I wanted y'all to see this right here. I'm thinking all this used to have walls because it said Island Room, Restaurant, and Sandbar entrance down and to the left, but then it said Cedar Cove Guest Registration. It said condominium rentals. That's what it was.
What do you think about the character of this place?
I really like it. It just screams like Key West or something, but we're in Cedar Key.
And it's so low key here. But it's such a beautiful place, even with all the buildings being a wreck.
But all this just, look, y'all, got obliterated. And then look, they had a pool.
So I'm guessing that means the storm surge probably took out the first floor. So you can see there's still a lot left to Cedar Key. They have places where you can stay on Main Street. It's not actually called Main Street. It looks like it's called 2nd Street, but whatever. You can smell the seafood being cooked.
Yeah, and there's lots of people boating and going in the water, and
they have a bakery.
This place is obviously closed, but they still have businesses open. So it's like we said when we visited Pensacola after a hurricane, you know, if you're able and in the area, come to visit these areas as they start to rebuild, because they need the tourists to come back. And
yeah, there are certain places where you don't want to bother them as they rebuild, but this is not one of those places. They've got plenty to do, plenty to see, lots of character. Lots of character here.
Yeah, this is a charming little town, y'all. Oh, look at that. They have a 2-story library.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that neat?
It really is.
And we've actually went in one of, oh, look at this, y'all. Squirrel moment. I mean, you can't walk and talk, and there's just so much to see. Look how neat. It was made out of like mosaic tiles.
Yeah,
Like a little food truck eating area. That's very cool.
The prickly palm.
And you have signs that say, yes, we're open. What I was saying was we actually got to go into a gift shop that's right there on the Gulf, too. So some of the buildings still survived the storm. And you can see them rebuilding, like that Cedar Cove condominium. You could see all the new construction, like lumber and stuff, off to the side where they were trying to rebuild. Oh, there's their post office, but I don't know if it's open. I don't think it is.
That's probably why they had that mobile post office by where we parked.
Oh yeah, because I got a card I need to drop off, but I want to make sure it gets to that special person.
You don't want to drop it in a mailbox that's out of commission.
Right, it's a milestone birthday for him, and yeah, I want to make sure he gets it, so. All right, y'all, look at this. This tree branch is being held up by a fence post. So when this tree gets old and it needs help, they made it a crutch. How cool is that? With like a little pot that it's in, and you just walk around it. You can still get around on the sidewalk. I'm thinking it's a cedar tree, but this town has so much character, y'all. I mean, look at that blue house right there, man. That's a nice one. Matthew might want to give up RV life for that blue house right there, right?
I'm never giving up travel life, and right now that means RV life, so no.
All right, y'all. This hotel, I hope they rebuild it, but just looking at the colors screams Florida, you know.
And show them what the view was.
And right here, that was the pool, which we got some pictures of, so hopefully you can see that. But look, when you swim in the pool, this is your view. You get Gulf front. So anytime you book a condo and you're like, I want to see the beach, it has to say front. And if it says front, then you get full view, right?
Right. I mean, there's no beach here, but you are Gulf front.
Yeah, but look, and you got like little balconies and stuff. I really hope they rebuild this. It was actually called the Beach Motel. But I'm wondering if the reason that one fared better is because it was more newer construction and this one was older construction. I was just talking to the peeps and I was asking them, I wonder if this one was like an older style building, because you see that one right there.
Oh, newer, yeah.
It's newer, and I think they have better codes and standards and stuff, right? That one was the same distance.
The building codes change over time, and they're not always retrofitted. But another thing to consider is it depends on where the waves come from, where the winds were coming from.
That's true.
You know?
But that one, honestly,
maybe they've honestly refaced this one. I don't know.
The hurricane, or it's been built newer. And I think, y'all, there was a structure right here. Oh, look at the name. It says Beachfront Motel right there. Oh, I can't wait to look up pictures and see what this place used to look like in its heyday.
So what did you think about Cedar Key overall?
I loved it. We told y'all we were seeing a key. How many of y'all got it right that we were coming to Cedar Key? But
who thought we were going to drive down to Key West?
I knew that they had a hurricane here, and I'm like, well, how is it going to look? And they are rebuilding. They've got a spirit of rebuilding.
They are.
And
there's a lot for sale, but there's a lot that's being rebuilt. And I have to say, there might not be a lot of places to stay right now, but if you can visit Cedar Key, it's well worth it. We came on a Sunday, not a lot was open, but we passed a bakery, we passed a couple of restaurants, they have a couple places to stay, at least that I saw. Even if you just take a Sunday stroll like we did, it's well worth it.
I was going to say, just like a day trip or an afternoon trip or something.
I wouldn't mind staying here for a few days.
Oh my goodness, y'all. This is a very charming town. We've been to Pensacola Beach, now Navarre Beach. We've both been to Daytona and Cocoa, but Cedar Key is a really charming town. It's not like a very big commercialized town. And if you kind of like more small, quaint, it's like a little version. I haven't been to Key West, but I've seen pictures. But so it seems like it'd be like a little version of Key West.
I've never been to Key West. I can't say it's like Key West, but it's that kind of tropical, unique feel to it.
And let us know if you have been here. All right, y'all, here it is. We showed you the post office that was boarded up, but here is the U.S. Post Office on wheels. It's the mobile unit. It tells you their hours and stuff like that, and I don't know if you can leave mail here, and this might be where they have their packages during the day and stuff, but how cool is that? And how many of y'all have seen a U.S. Post Office on wheels? Let me show you all this side too. Huh, that is pretty neat. Alright, y'all, it's a different day and we finally got our other canvas. I think these are the smaller ones. 8x10.
8x10, yep. Remember, y'all, these are all our own pictures, so no AI here, no stock photography. This is our photography.
Oh, just looking at the back, I remember now. Y'all ready?
Ready. Ooh, and remember the shiny stuff comes off. That's just plastic to keep it protected. Wow.
See? It's the sunset, isn't it?
Yes, that's an amazing sunset.
Oh, cool. All right, let me put this one back, y'all, and we're gonna look at the other one. I really like that one.
Yeah.
Number 2. All right, I'm trying to remember. Looking from the back.
Oh, I know which one this one is. Let's see. Oh, wow. Look at that. This is the Rio Grande Gorge, and there is a bridge, a very scary bridge for some people. It wasn't scary for me, but it does make you a little nervous. That goes directly over this. It just, the whole earth opens up.
Let me see. Oh yeah, y'all. This was Matthew's favorite. Cannot wait to get this on canvas.
And you see how the sky is reflected off the water.
This is a pretty amazing one, y'all.
Again, if you want to order any of these, they're high quality, and we got our name down at the very bottom, so you know who you got it from. Go ahead and get you some.
Yes.